Have you ever known somebody be so afraid to put a post up, to share their message, and you know that what they have is really, really valuable? Or maybe that's you, then this episode is for you today. Get your notepad and let's take some notes. Welcome everybody to the Unstuck Podcast. I'm your host, Drew Costin. Today we're going to talk about the mindset of overcoming this giant called fear when it comes to content. Yes, we've covered this before. You've probably seen it in a lot of other episodes, but I want to give you some real practical information to help you go and take action today. When you think about posting or creating content or making it perfect, what usually is happening is you're trying to save yourself from being rejected by somebody, or you're trying to save yourself from being praised maybe among your peers, or you're trying to make sure that people know that you know what you're talking about, which can all be true, which can all be good. But I want to bust your bubble today and let you know you are allowing fear to become your leader, and by you doing that, you're stopping your business from growing. How do I know that, Drew? Because I've had this happen before many times, many ways. When I was younger, I got bullied by this guy named Dean. I was real small, always real small before I started working out. And every day I would come home from school, my big sister would be there sometimes, so Dean wouldn't bother me because she was there and she could fight. So she would come and I'd be like, all right, I'm safe. Dean's not gonna bother me. My sister's here. Then a couple of days she wasn't able to be there, and I would come and he would try to bully me, pick on me and things like that. And one day I went to school and I got so frustrated. And I said, if she's not going to be there, I'm going to just have to fight him. And he's 3 times the size that I am, but I figure if he's going to bully me, I have to fight him. I don't know how bad he will beat me, but I got to fight him. And I am in school. I'm getting on the bus to go home, and to walk home towards my house, I'm thinking, if he's out there, I'm about to give him all I got. Now, you're talking about a kid who at that time was probably about 75 pounds. Dean's probably like 250. And I get on my street and I see Dean. He comes towards me to start messing with me. And I drop my book bag and I started swinging. I was swinging with everything I had. I thought I was mini Mike Tyson at the moment. I'm swinging, I'm punching, I'm kicking, I'm crying, I'm screaming. And after, he looks at me and he's like, okay. And he never picked on me again. And actually became someone pretty cool with me. I would walk home and he would nod his head, and that was it. What does that have to do with you and fear? You have to confront it. You have to realize that I'm fearful more of rejection than I am of getting my message out, which could be helping other people in their lives. So how do I actually get this mindset of overcoming fear? No matter who you are, every level that you deal with in life, you are going to be approached with something that could make you retreat, with something that would make you fearful. That's okay. What I need to do, or what I want you to do also, is realize I need to confront this. What's the worst that could happen? If I post and it's not perfect, what's the worst that could happen? If I mess up in a grammatical error, what's the worst that could happen? When you start thinking like that, you realize I'm really holding myself back, and your message is way more important. So let's do this exercise. I want you to write down today 3 things that you want to do when it comes to content that you haven't done because you're just scared of. Now, I know many of you guys have tons of videos in your drafts and you're just not doing it. You got so much good stuff in there. You got so much good content. You got so much good ideas, but you just won't hit publish because you're scared of what somebody's going to say. And I want to tell you, and I want to make sure you understand that I'm rooting for you, but I'm challenging you. Do you really think that your message is less important than your fear? Is your message less important than your fear? The answer should be no. The message is way more important than the fear. So what do I need to do? I need to focus on delivering the message and not so much right now about the outcome. I need to focus on my output. I need to go out there, post that content, share it, share my elevator pitch if you have one, share what you offer to the world, and not worry about the outcome right now. Just get out there and get the output. After that, once you get rolling, now you can go ahead and think like which things are doing better and things like that. But right now, you just need to overcome this fear by confronting it. Who could reject me? Usually, most of the time, it's like our old family members or our old friends. We're usually not getting rejected by people who, I'm just going to say it, by people who are buying from us. A bunch of my boys before would always tell me things about my content, and I stopped listening to them because they weren't my customers. And the people who were spending more money with me and spent the most money with me loved the content. So now you have to get past that fear of what are people going to say. People might hate. That's perfectly fine. People hate the best creators. Some of the world's most famous people, we see it all the time, get ridiculed and ostracized and alienated and talked about. But do they stop? No, they keep going. So you have to think, your message is so important and it's so impactful that you got to get out there and show the world the solutions that you have for them. My message is more important than my hair being perfect. My message is more important than my makeup being perfect. My message is more important than me having all the latest gadgets and the latest mic and the latest camera and the latest lights. My message is way more important. Focus on the message. You overcome fear by taking action. You don't need another affirmation. You don't need to manifest anything. You need to take action. And if it sounds like I'm yelling at you, I am. I want you to go show the world what you have and not be overcome by fear. So take these tips. Go post. Go create the content and post it. Don't overthink it. Don't try to make it perfect. Go post it and get better as you go. Get unstuck, guys, and go be great.